All right, we'll get started here shortly. Just for those of you who are joining us just now, we've got a recording in progress here just so we can share this on our YouTube and public channels as well as our IFSA website. So your cameras and your microphones are currently off and they'll remain that way for the rest of the info session. So just something to keep in mind. We'll probably get started. We'll get started now. I know. So welcome in once again to everybody. This is an informational session for our IFSA Study in London program where you get to study abroad in the heart of London. My name is Kevin Ganyas. I'm the IFSA Enrollment Counselor for the IFSA Study in London program, as well as a lot of our other England programs across the UK, as well as our Wales programming. Today we'll cover a couple of things. We'll start with classes and the subject areas available to you as an IFSA Study in London student, as well as our IFSA Study in London Center, where the hub of our operations is, not only for our team administratively, but also where your classes will take place. We'll talk about why IFSA and the IFSA difference, as well as what IFSA excursions you'll be able to take a part of as an IFSA student. And we'll finish off with how to apply for the program and Q&A session at the end. So as an IFSA Study in London student, you've got lots of classes available to you in the subject areas listed on screen. We've got arts and humanities courses, bioscience courses, business courses, computer science and health science courses, and psychology courses. All of the courses are listed on our IFSA Study in London webpage on our IFSA website, where you can actually find the syllabi for each of the courses. So if you have any sort of credit transfer or advising that you need to do prior to your departure to the UK or to London, you can get these syllabi and send them off to your advisors. They're all linked to each class, and with a mini description, you can get to the more extensive description by clicking into each of the syllabus per class. As an IFSA Study in London student, you take 4 to 5 IFSA classes, all in our IFSA Study in London Center. These classes translate to 12 to 17 US credits, which is a full semester course load for the majority of universities across the United States. There is an additional option as an IFSA Study in London student to take a course or one module at Queen Mary University of London. This amplifies the opportunity to immerse yourself in the London culture as well as the student atmosphere across the UK, as Queen Mary is one of the leading universities for research in London as well as in the UK. To be able to participate in this program or into this additional module with the Study in London program, you must have a minimum GPA of a 3.0. Classes at Queen Mary that you're eligible to take for, all of those for study abroad students, and are within the realms of arts and social sciences, biology, business and economics, computer science, neuroscience, and psychology. So you'll be able to see that there's a lot of overlap with the courses that are taught with our IFSA Study London program, as well as those being offered at Queen Mary. But please note there is a supplemental fee associated with taking on this extra module at Queen Mary, as well as some lab fees as well, since a lot of the STEM courses require some additional fees. And speaking of our IFSA Study in London Center, these are some photographs of what the study center looks like. Excuse me. On the top left, that's the exterior of our IFSA Study in London Center, which is located near Oxford Street, a very popular destination for tourists and locals, where there's a lot of shops and restaurants. It's a very long street. It's a very populated street. It's actually one of my favorite places to go when I'm in London, as it's right close to the Oxford important businesses around the study center. On the photograph following, on immediately to the right of the top left photograph, is the reception area for our IFSA Study in London Center. That's at the bottom floor when you walk right in. Excuse me. And then the rest of the photographs are our various classrooms with different, sizes of classrooms as well as different layouts, where you'll be taking the majority of your classes with these professors. The study center is a quick walk to the tube. I think it's maybe a 1 to 3 minute walk, if not. I think 3 minutes is a little generous. It's very close, and it connects you to the rest of London very easily, as well as the exterior of London. The center is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with lots of common areas and study spaces. So maybe you don't have class for the day, but maybe you're in the area, you'd like a place to just quickly study. Maybe you're in the middle of an errand or something like that. You're able to come into the study center as you'd like. There's lots of coffee, lots of water, and lots of snacks for you to take in as a student. Those are complimentary to you. And I know it's always nice to have a nice coffee without having to buy it nearby. But there is a very nice coffee shop right across the street, which I like myself. But there's coffee at the center as well. Oh, and our staff actually works at this center. So you'll probably run into all of our staff, from our director to our operations manager to our student experience coordinators, from all across the region. They all work in this office. So you'll see them in and out throughout the classrooms. So why IFSA study in London? Unfortunately, this photograph didn't make its way out of the presentation. This is for our SOAS program, but it just goes to show you how popular student activities are across London. But IFSA Study in London is our most affordable London program through IFSA. It's a way for us to ensure that you're able to immerse yourself in the London culture and academic scene, while keeping in mind that the cost of study abroad can be high. So it's a program that has allowed us to do both in the best of both worlds while keeping you as a student and your finances in mind. All of our courses are taught by London-based faculty that are hired by our director and our academic programs manager. So they aren't people who haven't been around in the industry or in the field for very little time. They've been around for quite a long time and most likely are currently teaching at a university nearby. So it's a great connection to have going through these courses. As a Study in London student, you have guaranteed housing as well as in any IFSA program. So you will be staying in our IFSA London apartments as an IFSA Study in London student. Even with the additional Queen Mary module, you'll be staying with the rest of the IFSA students in the London apartments. On our next slide, we can quickly go over what our IFSA London apartments look like. This is actually a picture of the exterior of the building. It's a 30-floor building where international university students are staying. It'll be anything from graduate students to undergraduate students to local students even. That tends to be the minority, unfortunately. But it is a fully student-centric university building. So students have to be accurately matriculated in a university to be able to stay at this accommodation. You have guaranteed placement, like I said prior, as an IFSA student, especially as an IFSA Study in London student. You'll be staying with other IFSA students in your flats or in your on your floor, with the occasional non-IFSA student staying on the same floor. If you're placed into one flat where you're sharing an area, like a common area and a kitchen, but you've got your own room, you'll be placed with other IFSA students within that flat, so you won't be mixed with other non-IFSA students. All the rooms are single ensuite rooms. Some spaces have single ensuite rooms with a private kitchen and a private common area. Others have a single ensuite room with a shared kitchen and a shared common area. All of this is kind of assigned at random, so there's no way to pick it for you, but you will be placed in a single ensuite room. Some amenities that are available at this IFSA London apartments are the 24/7 on-site gyms and fitness studios with some free personal training sessions every week, as well as a weekday from Monday through Friday, grab-and-go breakfast available to all the students. You get cleaning of your area, whether you're in the flat or you're in your single studio, every other week by the staff. And they also have free bike rentals, which allow you to kind of make your way around the area, which is immediately next to big shopping areas. The tube station is legitimately right around the corner. You step out of the building and the tube entrance is right there, as well as a lot of other popular cafes and restaurants around the area. This is a very tricked out building, I would say, so it's quite the perk to be able to stay in it as a student and have that guarantee to be able to stay in it. So the other question is, why IFSA? Not only will you be with faculty from the local area, from other London universities, but you'll also have access to our London staff. Being at the study center so often for your classes, you'll be able to interact with them very well. Our London staff are locals to London. They live in London. Our director doesn't live in London, but lives nearby and commutes into London pretty often, if not daily. So they can give you some information about what's going on around the City of London, events, places to go, great restaurants, food recommendations. It's a big thing in London, as well as other things that you might be curious about. Once again, that housing guarantee with really high standards is incredible to have as a student, and we guarantee that for you as an IFSA student. Our accommodations, whether they are our IFSA London apartments or our direct enroll apartments for the students who are participating in a program at a university, have everything vetted by our staff and make sure that things are at a high standard. Application support's pretty big. That's something that I provide you with as you make your way through the application process. I also help you prepare for departure and make sure that you've got, a packing list. You've got your health insurance sorted out through us. Any sort of flight questions I can help you with, as well as visas if it's required. That's the support that we can provide you with. We provide you with US credit and transcript support. We convert grades in the UK system to US grades and provide the transcript automatically to your university, and make sure that those grades make their way in an appropriate time frame. We provide you with traveler's insurance through IFSA Insurance as a part of your program fee. That doesn't take any action from you, but it allows you to have this insurance and this peace of mind as you travel around London or maybe the UK or the rest of Europe. We have a relationship with your home school. So if you've got questions about how classes will be converted when you get to your school, or where to send the transcript, or things about things counting for your major, you can always reach out to your university since we've got liaisons with them. The community aspect with IFSA is wonderful. You're able to interact with students not just in your program. So with these excursions, which we'll talk about in a moment, you're able to meet students from the IFSA cohort who are studying at other universities across London or even across the UK, and even in Wales. So we always invite students who are studying at Wales to come into London for any of our excursions. So you can meet people from all across the UK on our IFSA program and across the US, and maybe even be able to make your way out and visit them. So with that in mind, we'll talk about what the IFSA excursions look like. The IFSA excursions are a wonderful opportunity to get engaged with the immediate London community and the UK community. All of these excursions are paid for by IFSA and are included in your program fees. So all you have to do is show up. We'll make sure that you have enough information about where to go, when the event is, and how to RSVP. So we've got to account for it. We provide you with the tickets if tickets are required, and then you get to enjoy yourself at this event. We've got a couple of examples on screen. We've got a South Bank Walk in Borough Market, a very, very popular across social media and even locally food market where you can get all sorts of food and snacks. Which dates back all the way to maybe the Middle Ages, where street food stalls used to be centered, and now a more modernized and multicultural scene for food. There's also been in the past football and other sporting matches related to maybe even rugby or cricket, visiting Shakespeare's Globe, Buckingham Palace tours, the exhibition for the Great British Bake Off, and some of the more popular ones are the overnight excursions that are taken to Liverpool and the Big Welsh Weekend, where you spend some time in a different area overnight, all organized by our IFSA staff. These excursions all change every single semester, so these are some examples of popular ones we've had in the past that may be replicated, but the listing is often provided to you as a student a couple of weeks before your departure. And it'll also allow you to get a look at what's incoming. Typically, you're given about a week and a half to RSVP once you're on site. Just gives you plenty of time to be able to put it on your calendar and make some time to make your way over to these events and enjoy them with the other IFSA students. So how to apply? We're approaching our deadline, which is on November 1st, but the application is pretty straightforward and is one of our smaller applications. We want to make this access to you as a potential study abroad student as easy as possible. All you need is an unofficial transcript where you meet the GPA minimum of a 2.0. You'll be required to fill out a class selection form, and you get to list the classes you'd like to take at our IFSA Study Center so that our IFSA London team can begin to prepare coursework. and professors for the term. You'll sign a couple of agreements that are essential for us to exchange information between the US and the UK and the EU. You'll provide a passport copy for identification purposes, and you'll provide some address information and other administrative information into your IFSA student portal. The application is pretty fast. Most students turn it over within 1 day, if not less, maybe within an hour. But what's really important is being able to get all these materials program and work through their approval process at their respective. So keep in mind the deadline's on November 1st. And we want to make sure that you've got plenty of time to apply for it. It's a pretty big cohort this go around, so we're excited to continue to add to it and find more prospective students. So with that in mind, that takes us to the end of our info session. We'll have some time here for some Q&A. So just while people begin to type their questions, I will stop the recording for privacy reasons in case there's any other questions, but it's nothing.